Today is the 1st of October 2024, and I'd love to talk to you about application of quadratic equations. This will be our second game. Watch last video for recap. Okay, we started the application yesterday, and we are using the quadratic formula to solve equations. Okay, so if we set up the equation, the way the wording of the question is, if you set it up and you are able, you get a quadratic equation, and then you can use the formula to solve. Or you can, if you can get it straight away, you get it, and then you have to decide which answer to go for. So I explained one of those yesterday, why I went for 0.7 centimeters in the math question rather than 4.3 centimeters. And I said to you, if you don't understand some of these things, sketching can help you understand it, because it will bring it to life. Okay, because if you choose a 4.3 centimeters, then your math is even bigger. If you add both sides of x and you include it with the math, the length and the width of the math are larger than the room you are fitting it in. So it won't, it's not consistent with the question. Okay, these are questions, if you don't really get it, you leave it to the end and then you go back and solve. Okay, so that you know that you are putting on the right thing, because they also carry some marks. Okay, today our starter, in case some of you have forgotten, we've done these earlier videos and I've given you these equations. If you don't have a flashcard and you are looking new to the platform, get a flashcard so that you can start writing all the formulas you need. Okay, I did a video on that, and write some of the things that you need to learn, that you need quickly, because it will help you work a bit faster. Okay, so if you don't have this on your flashcard, then you should be thinking of putting it on your flashcard. But if you are new to the platform and you are watching from the beginning, you get to that point where you will need a flashcard or a cardboard or a white paper, and get pasted somewhere that you go regularly in your home, so that every day you have a little bit to think about. Or you can put it in a small notebook. When anytime you have a question, then your formulas are handy, and by doing that you learn them faster. So if you have a quadratic formula, ax squared plus bx plus c equals 0, a shouldn't be 0, because if a is 0, then it becomes bx plus c, so it becomes a line graph. So now, if you know a, b, and c, your formula you use is minus b plus or minus to find your x, square root of b squared minus 4ac over 2a. So we used this yesterday, so I thought I'll use that as a starter to remind us, in case you've forgotten your quadratic formula. Okay. Today, in a right hand angled triangle, so there's a 90 degrees on one corner. Okay, the hypotenuse, the long side, is 5 centimeters longer than the short side. If the third side is 2 centimeters shorter than the hypotenuse, find the length of the shorter side. Okay, so it said in a right angle triangle, so this means one of the angles is 90. Okay, this hypotenuse is 5 centimeters more than the short side. That is the short side. And this other side is 2 centimeters shorter. So instead of adding 5, I add 3. Now, I'm going to use Pythagoras theorem. Okay, so this side squared equals x squared plus x plus 3 all squared. So using Pythagoras theorem, x plus 5 all squared will be equal to x squared plus x plus 3x squared. This is a very important step. Okay, so now this from here we have x plus 5, x plus 5, which will give us x squared plus 5x plus 5x plus 25. We know how to do this. Okay, and then this is x squared. Now this will be x plus 3 all squared, which will give us x squared plus 3x plus another 3x plus 9, which would be this. So now, instead of writing 25, I wrote it as 2x. So I had to cross it out. This is why you need to go over your work several times. So x squared plus 5x plus 5x plus 25. Now, so we have x squared plus 10x plus 25. Here we have x squared plus x squared. If we expand this, plus 6s plus 9. So if I take one x squared off and another x squared off on both sides, I have 10x plus 25, giving me x squared plus 6x plus 9. Okay, now it gets rearranging. So this x squared plus 6x comes here. Okay, so I have plus 10x. So if even if I take this 10x here, it will be minus. Okay, then this is plus 9. So I take the 25 minus 25 equals 0. Or you can keep this here and put all this and take this quadratic equation to the other side. Okay, in the end you still get the same answer. So now, if you simplify properly, you are going to get x squared minus 4x minus 16 equals 0. A now is 1, B is -4, C is -16. So into the quadratic formula, we have minus B, we took -4, -4, so it becomes 4, plus or minus the square root of B squared, okay, which is 16 minus 4. So minus 4 becomes 4. A, C. C is -16 all over 2A. Okay. So X is now 4 plus or minus root of 16 plus 64. So X will be plus or minus root of 80 there over 2. So if you find the root of 80 on your calculator, okay, 4 plus root of 80, and then 4 minus root of 80 divided by 2, X becomes 6.5 or 2.5 centimeters. Now here again, we have two positive answers, but I'm going to choose 6.5 and I'm going to take you to the diagram and explain to you. So if you look at the diagram carefully, okay, if I choose 2.5 as X and 2.5 here and 2.5, it will make a lot of sense. Okay? But if X is 6.5 centimeters, look there, okay, and 6.5 centimeters plus 5, this becomes 11. 6.5 centimeters plus 3, that will be 9.5. 6.5 plus 5 is 11.5. And this side will be 6.5. Okay. If I choose 2.5, it doesn't, so this will be 2.5. That will be 5.5 centimeters. And that will be 2.5 to 7.5. Okay. So by looking at the question and looking at the wording, I'd rather go with the highest figure, because X, when I finish solving, is either 2.5 or 6.5. When I look at my diagram and I choose X to be 6.5, it makes a lot of sense than choosing the smaller value. Unlike what we saw yesterday, I'd rather go for the 0.7 than the 0.5, 4.3. So this is my diagram. Okay, this is the diagram here. That's why I said normally you get a negative and a positive. So if you get a negative, then you discard it because of length. But now you have two positive answers. So you have to look at the diagram carefully. They are saying that the length in a right angle triangle, the length, the hypotenuse is longer, okay, than the shorter side. And the third side is 2 centimeters shorter. So if you choose 2.5, by the time you take your 2.5 off, you don't have the 2 centimeters shorter. you realize that it doesn't really make sense. So here, you rather go with the 6.5 centimeters. Okay, look at the diagram again that we have here. Okay, and then go over the work I've done with you and think about it carefully. Okay, which one will you go for? Which one will make more sense to you? Okay, but I've just given you the explanation. This is why at times sketching or drawing out your question is very important in maths, because if you can do that, then it's likely you will choose the right answer in case you have questions like this. Okay, so that because in another instance I might go with the 2.5, but because here we are talking about length of uh, right angle triangle, and because of the measurement they gave me, I'd rather choose the 6.5, because if I choose 2.5, it means that I'm not really thinking about the question as a whole. I'm just choosing anything, and then some now are testing my ability to think through these things. Okay, thank you so much for joining me in today's lesson, and I'll